Hi guys, and welcome to Thoughtscapes. I hope you guys are doing well out there, whatever you're doing, and thank you very much for watching this video. Today I've got something a little bit different for you, a story time. I know story times are some of my most popular videos, so I try and give you guys a story time every so often, and today it's going to be about discrimination at work. My first grown-up job after university came after 6 months of constant applying for jobs, being rejected, feeling a bit down and sorry for myself, and I got this job at a consulting firm. It was my dream job. It really helped set the footing of my career, so it opened a lot of doors, but at the same time I learned so much from it. It was a very humbling experience, especially after coming out of university, feeling like you can take on the world, that you've got this huge skill set that you've amassed after a 3-year, 4-year program, and you know everything and you're ready to tackle the workplace. That wasn't the case for me. This job was great because it really set the groundwork for the career that I have now. And it also opened up opportunities for me to travel with work, but that was the first time I had ever experienced it, and it was a novelty at first, getting to go to a foreign place, the whole experience of traveling, packing up, going somewhere for a few nights, getting treated in terms of you have a per diem or a day allowance that you can spend, and I really maxed that out because it was the first time I had been a university student for 4 years, living on very little money and very basic food. So when I got a daily per diem of £40 to spend on dinner, dude, I maxed the crap out of that. I went to really nice restaurants, I picked the best, most expensive meal on that menu, and also paired it with a really nice glass of wine or rosé, and I felt like I was really living the life. But at the same time, this job was not without its frustrations. I used to find myself crying sometimes because I was literally at the bottom of the organization, the underling, the dog's body. I was made to do things that I found very demeaning, especially with my background of 4 years doing a degree that I did really well in. I thought that I was beyond some of the tasks that they gave me, but what I learned from that was everyone starts at the bottom. No matter where you come from, whatever your degree is, whatever you got in your degree, when you start in a new organization, you have to work your way to the top. And when I say they were giving me really basic tasks, it was making the teas and coffee for everyone else in the team, or going and photocopying mounds and mounds of paperwork. It's something anyone could literally do. You do not need to have a degree to be able to photocopy, staple, organize things. And with me, I think I came out with this overinflated view of myself during university, and I thought, oh, I should be doing some very strategic things already. They put me in my place because they gave me things that I thought a apprentice could do, someone on a work experience could do, anyone who has a basic knowledge of technology, or not even that. When I was making teas and coffees, if you know how to make a tea and coffee, then you're good to go. And I would do that for hours and hours, running around for everyone. And I was like, wow, is this what 4 years at university looks like? I was already feeling certain emotions about this job. The first couple of months, I was really feeling a bit down about it. And it came to a head when there was the office Christmas party. There was a very senior director, and everyone was getting trashed because obviously it's an open bar and people get a bit merry. And I remember him coming up to me and saying, oh, well, you're the new girl. And I was like, yeah, it's nice to meet you. How's it going for you? And I said, it's going well. I thought I would have done more. I was pretty open and honest, and I think that was a mistake that I made, being that junior and saying what I really felt about the organization. I think you need to pick and choose your battles, and that decision that I made at that moment in time was maybe not the right one. And he called me out. He said, well, what do you expect? You're just the dumb little girl. Literally, my mouth dropped, because how can a director say something like that? That is completely inappropriate, unprofessional. And I just was speechless. I didn't even know what to say. I just walked away from that situation. And I remember when I went home, and maybe a couple of days after that, I was literally thinking about it and mulling over it and being very upset, and I cried because I was like, how can someone say that to me who doesn't even know me, who never interacted with me, and just through their perception of me being young and maybe seeing me around the office running around with papers in my hands, photocopying and things like that, that they have perceived me as being a dumb little girl. Now, I don't know if that was particularly a personal attack or whether that's just how he viewed everyone at that junior level, but I just thought, how can someone of that stature within the organization say something like that? That was completely uncalled for. It really helped me understand the importance of picking and choosing your battles, and I was thinking about calling HR on him because it was completely inappropriate and I had every right to make a complaint about it. But I thought to myself, at that moment in time, I was very junior and there was no witnesses to it as well. So he could have gone back to HR and said she's completely making that up. And I had no allies within that organization. No one had any loyalties to me. So I said that would be a losing battle. If I said anything and tried to take on a director, who is going to fall on that sword? It would be me. I would be out in a shot. They would get rid of me some way, somehow. It was just a very powerful lesson in just taking it for the team, for my own team, for myself, being humble and just knowing when to speak up and when maybe to just be a bit more reserved about what your next move is going to be. From then on, I just sucked it up, and progressively with time I got promoted from more than just making the teas and coffees to having my own projects, to leading things, to people asking me my own opinions, which was great. That just took time, but with that time and with that opportunity, my confidence grew. And the lessons that I took away from that experience was, in reality, discrimination exists. It exists against women, it exists against your age. There are all sorts of forms of discrimination within the workplace. But there are some situations where it is completely 100% right to speak up, and there are other situations where you have to be a bit more reserved about your next move. I also learned that everyone starts at the bottom, but you will climb up eventually, and it will happen even quicker if you know how to play the game. I hope you like that story time. It's me going back to a period of my life that was not necessarily the best time, but I had learned a lot of lessons from that, and I'm glad that I did go through that experience. In a weird way to say, I'm glad I was hurt and discriminated against, but the lessons that I took out of it are so much more powerful and so much more prevalent now that I've been through it. If you liked this story time, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you've had any similar experiences. They do exist, and I just want to make it transparent as possible to people who are starting off their careers, that they shouldn't expect to start off at a certain level that they think that they're at. Sometimes you get to a job and they push you right down to the bottom. Also, guys, share it for those starting out in their careers, just to give them a heads up that things aren't always going to be rosy. And subscribe if you like this content. I'm going to do more story times as the weeks and the years progress, and I hope you do enjoy them. It was a tough time, pretty tough. I cried a bit. I haven't thought about this in a while, but there was some powerful emotions. Organisation. What? Yeah.